Hi, welcome to the Trailblazers podcast, where we bring you real conversations with people who have carved their own path and continue to inspire others through their journeys. I'm your host and friend Sandhya. In this episode, I'm in conversation with Sivakumar Palaniappan, Siva, whose story is truly inspiring. Siva comes from a small farming town in Tamil Nadu, India. From those humble beginnings to the global leadership stage, his journey is a powerful reminder of what resilience, discipline, and clarity of purpose can achieve. Today, he is one of India's most respected leadership speakers and among the few in the country to hold the prestigious Certified Speaking Professional designation, a recognition earned by only a small percentage of speakers worldwide. In this conversation, we explore leadership, mindset, the stages that shaped his journey, the lessons behind his books, and the bigger mission he's building forward. Stay tuned for this inspiring conversation with Siva on the Trailblazers podcast. Thank you. Welcome to the Trailblazers podcast. This is your host and your friend Sandhya. And this is a podcast where we bring you real stories of people who have carved their own path and continue to inspire others through courage and purpose. Today on Trailblazers podcast, I am truly happy and excited to welcome someone whose journey is deeply inspiring. Sivakumar Palaniappan, also called as Shiva, comes from a small farming town in Tamil Nadu. Life was simple, rooted in hard work, discipline, and strong values. His parents may not have had much formal education, but they instilled in him resilience and character. From those humble beginnings to the global leadership stage, his journey is truly special. I'm so excited to be introducing you to Shiva, and I'm going to have an authentic conversation with him today. So, thank you. And without any further delay, I would like you all to meet Shiva so much. Thank you so much for being on my podcast. It's been a 1 year wait to finally have the guts to reach up to you and ask you to be on my podcast. So thank you so much, Shiva, for easily accepting. I know you have a busy schedule.
Much, Sandhya. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure. It's an honor to be part of this wonderful Trailblazers podcast. So you're doing a phenomenal job. I saw a couple of the videos podcast day before yesterday and yesterday, and it's a phenomenal job. I'm so happy to be in this wonderful podcast. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you so much, Shiva.
I'm only a little angry because you took 1 year to invite me.
So I'll make up for it by inviting you again because I know that one session is not enough when we get into the deep conversation with you. All right. So before we get into other questions that I had for you, I was really curious. I was reading about your journey and your magnificent trail that you have been crossing for the last 25 years. I'm just only counting the career time. So I wanted to ask you to begin with. So when you think about the young boy
Hmm.
from Shivagiri, what would you say to him today?
Okay, it's very interesting. The profound question. I never expected that you will start with this question actually. See, if I look back, this little boy, only one very powerful lesson I want to inculcate in him now, right, is believe in yourself, anything is possible. Because at that age, that little boy had a lot of uncomfortable belief systems inside him. He was from a very small little village, not much of exposure, and he was not having big dreams and not exposure to the world around. And he always lived with a bit of low self-esteem, so low self-belief, lot of that's was a challenge, right? So I would definitely want him to be more super confident, and one strong belief I want to leave in him is it doesn't matter where you are from, what matters the most is where you are going. I think that belief is what I want him to deeply inculcate.
Wow. Wonderful response. And this is what I get when I interview professional speakers. And on top of that, you're the certified speaking professional. So it doesn't matter whatever question I can throw at you, I know that you'll grab it. And with so much of integrity, you're going to answer it. So not an issue at all for you. So, Shiva, I know that I have read about your journey and I've heard in multiple other speeches what you have gone through. But very briefly, I want to understand. Was there a defining moment that really helped you to figure out maybe stages where my success is? Was there any incident that, brought you to that point?
Might not be a very big breakthrough defining moment, but one moment that gave a lot of belief in me that yes, I can be on stage delivering talks, delivering my content. Happened when I was in my eighth standard, eighth grade. I was in a small little school near my town, and one fine morning, our Tamil teacher, I remember him all the time, Vivekanandan sir. We call him Vivekaya in Tamil. So Vivekaya walks into the classroom and said, "There's going to be a Independence Day, August 15th, coming up in another 2 weeks. Who wants to deliver a Tamil speech?" And everybody in our class were hesitant, not very comfortable. Somehow I was seeing him deliver powerful content. I love him so much. I'm a fan for his way of his teaching in the class. So just because I like him so much, I said, "Sir, I will do it." I had no idea what it is going to be. But then he pulled me along to this cabin. He gave me a long script. He made me memorize the content for 2, 3 days. Then he trained me on delivery, on voice modulation, on body language. He taught me everything and he pushed me on stage. That moment, right, when I was on the stage and I delivered an 8 to 9 minute speech in Tamil on about Independence Day, and then it was when the moment I finished my ended my speech, when I said thank you so much, Nandri Vanakkam in Tamil, I couldn't uh, realize that the whole audience was giving a huge applause, and that moment was a big turning point in my life, and which made me believe, yes, this is possible. And that moment become a what do you call a eureka moment in my life. And then I loved that moment, I cherished that moment, and I started earning for that moment again and again. I went back to him and said, "Sir, I loved this." And he also liked the way I spoke. And he started pulling me along, encouraging me to go to a lot of other Tamil elocution competition, essay and poetry. And that's how I got onto stage speaking in the age of 11 or 12, I think, in the age of in 8th standard. And then on for another 4 years, 9, 10, 11, 12, I was very active on stages in school level or district level competitions, multiple Tamil elocution competition. I was very well known, a popular boy in school as a Tamil speaker.
That's awesome. So there was this significant change where you have overcome your stage fear and you started seeing the happiness
Yeah,
that you got when the audience was cheering and were singing the tunes that you had in your mind.
yeah.
That's awesome. And the other thing that was quite interesting when I was reading about your journey was how your mindset um, was always positive, um, irrespective of the beginnings that you had. And you just didn't limit yourself, right? And I know that even today, when you write your books and you give speeches and conduct workshops on leadership, mindset is such an important aspect for you that you really spend a lot of time. So could you define like what is mindset that a leader should have according to you?
Again, I want to go a little back a story to quickly touch upon one experience I had. After my school 10th standard, I went to I wanted to go to engineering, but somehow I couldn't go, so I went to a diploma in electrical electronics engineering. It was small little polytechnic near my town, and then I had an inspiring HOD there, electrical department HOD. And this gentleman one day called me and said, "There is going to be." I was already Tamil speaker. I was in front of the class all the time, doing a lot of seminars, and then they liked my way of sharing information. And he called me and said, "There is going to be a 1 day workshop on human mind by a very popular thinker in Tamil Nadu those days, and his name is M.S. Udayamurthy. And he is a chemical engineer from Anna University, Chennai. He went to US to work, and he got inspired by the self-help movement in US. And he brought back this amazing book called As Man Thinketh of James Allen. And he did a translation of the book in Tamil entitled Enangal. And he was doing a lot of work across Tamil Nadu, bringing youngsters, teaching them about human mind and mindset and behavior and psychology. And fortunately, I was in that 1 day workshop, attending at the age of 17 or so, and as a young boy, learning about how human mind functions, how the power of human mind. And he talked about what you become, what you think is what you become, how do you condition your deeper belief systems, how your belief systems impact you in the short term and long term, what exactly is mind and subconscious, conscious mindset. So a lot of deep learning happened to me on that day. But another important point is my HOD gave a condition that I will sponsor this 1 day program. I will give you a bus ticket, I'll give you a program ticket, everything, but with one condition. The condition is you have to come back from that 1 day, bring a lot of notes. In the next 1 week, every day you will go to two classes in the entire polytechnic. We had 5 departments, 3 years, 15 classes were there. You will go to two sessions, two classes every day for next 7 8 days, and you will teach whatever you learned in that 1 day program to our students. And you will know, you won't believe, I was taking a lot of notes. I learned this one full day about human mind and psychology and mindset. I came back to my polytechnic another 6 7 days. Every day I would go to two classes, 40 minutes of session. I will share what I learned. By end of 7 8 days, I became a kind of an expert on human mind. See, I was not reading a lot of books those days, no access to technology. All I had was this man's class notebook and a lot of notes I've taken. So I was sharing whatever I learned with a lot of passion to people. And I think that had a very deeper impact on me to always go back to human behavior, go back to psychology, go back to human brain, brain science and mind. And that's what this pulls me all the time. When I came to the corporate world to start my training, when I want to work with leaders, obviously by design, my mind went into, or my mindset went into the mindset actually, right? That's been my passion, that's been my area of interest. I've been doing a lot of study after that, and by design, by default, I picked up leadership mindset as one key area and started working with leaders primarily. That's one quick backstory. But like, right, a lot of us, I will always tell this in my sessions, right? Whatever you are, whoever you are, I am today, as of today, right? If you really carefully analyze you and me, Sandhya, I can comfortably say we are nothing but the sum total of all our experiences from the day we are born till today. We carry all those imprints, all those experiences from a lot of people. So our entire journey is being programmed by a lot of people around us and experiences around us. We learned our lessons from our parents, grandparents, our teachers, our mentors, books we read, movies we watch, our role models, our own good and bad experiences, success, failures, our friends and classmates. So we are shaped up just by our own entire journey. And these journey and the important incidents and deeper imprints in our journey is what drives us from within, from inside. And that deeper imprint that drives an individual to certain ways of behaving, certain ways of communicating, certain ways of interacting with people is what I would always call a mindset, right?
Brilliant answer. Brilliant. And I should also say the ROI that your HOD and everyone else got was a lot more than the bus ticket that they have paid.
Yeah, very true. And the good is ROI I got is much more, right?
Yes,
Than the
absolutely.
classic learning is only 1 day for me. But when I went back and taught to my college students, right, my friends at all classes, I was kind of reorienting, revisiting, re-anchoring what I learned again and again and again. And that became much more deeper learning for me in the journey.
So you had like practical training on the ground
Yeah,
for
yeah,
so
yeah.
many rounds, and now you're like, it's like ingrained in your
Many
brain.
years later, in the corporate world, when I really wanted to, and I was asking, right, is this what I want to do in my life?
Yeah.
I was an engineer working for semiconductor companies, and when this thought process went inside me, is this what I am designed for? Is this what I'm going to do my entire life on a computer, designing circuits for
Yes.
some mobile semiconductor ICs? Then, when I went into deep reflection, I realized that, yeah, I was a good teacher in the classroom. I could go and teach mindsets to my classmates. And that's what made me realize maybe now I should start teaching same mindsets to corporate professionals and corporate leaders. That's how I picked up this as my conscious choice to build myself as a trainer and speaker. I'm a great fan of Steve Jobs, who said connecting the dots. When I look back, I could comfortably connect a lot of dots to what I am today because of my journey.
It looks like you had been starting to build your entrepreneur journey right when you were in high school, and you got the training on the ground.
Yeah, yeah. But
Then
yeah,
it's
I was not knowing the word entrepreneur, the spelling of the word entrepreneur also those days. But yeah, I think yeah, a lot of things happened. Is always as a
right.
foundation for me to stand upon today.
Amazing, amazing. So thank you so much for sharing those, the back end stories, which kind of like shaped who you are today. I know apart from speaking, you're such a wonderful author and you're a trainer, of course. I know you have written books and spoken on many stages, not just in English, but in Tamil as well. Um, so, which, I mean, one language I don't understand. I only watch Tamil movies. Um, but one thing I'm really, really curious to understand from you is what made the transition easy for you from writing books or speaking in Tamil to now speaking on global stages
Mhm.
very, very comfortably, very fluently. I don't know how many stages you have probably spoken at globally, but what made that shift, that paradigm shift from
Okay.
speaking on an Indian stage to a global stage?
I think again I'll go back to a lot of backstories to connect with.
No
I have
worries.
two paradigm shift. One is from Tamil to English, and then Indian to global. Right. So your question had one component. I want to. I think it'll make sense if I also touch upon the previous component. When I went to my engineering college was purely into academics. There was nothing much towards arts, science, and arts, culture, or anything. So I was fully locked up into I was in a diploma, then went into directly into second year of engineering college. We call this lateral entry in college, right? Then I did my 3 years engineering. I came 3 years was into technology. When I came to Bangalore to my first job, I joined Philips Semiconductors. Now it is called NXP Semiconductors. When I joined this company, in a month's time, my manager called me and said, Siva, I've given your name for a 2 day training program this week, Thursday and Friday. Please go attend. I said yes. And when I went to the training program, I understood the training program is titled Communication Skills for Engineers. So Philips was training all the young engineers who just joined the company onto a 2 days intense program on communication skills. The trainer who was there for 2 days was a great man called Mr. Kichu Krishnan, who recently passed away. One of my big role models and mentors in the world of training and human psychology. And I was there as a novice young boy from a small town with no much of exposure. I was not very confident on English language. I spoke Tamil all the way. I was not used to the open culture in Bangalore. So I was not that very confident, a shy young boy. I was sitting in the corner of the last bench quietly. And those 2 days phenomenally transformed me and gave me a lot of confidence on communication skills. I became a great fan of Mr. Krishnan. On the end of second day, when everybody left the training room, I went to him and I told, sir, you know what? I've been doing a lot of speeches in Tamil in my college and school days. Now I'm in Bangalore. I miss that experience a lot. I really admire you and the way you did training program. I was good at teaching to students also in my college. Somehow I like what you are doing. Can you tell me if I want to do what you are doing, not now in the future, what should I do? And he said, how many days you work? Monday to Saturday, Friday I work. Weekends, what do you do? Weekends, I simply sleep in the room with my friends or go around, go to MG Road and roam around. And then sometime I go home to native and I don't do much. He said, can you come to my office on Saturday morning? Let's discuss. I went to his office, and then his intention was he wanted someone to help him on his presentations, on his PPTs. He's a very senior old man who was used to olden days OHP projector. You know, remember those days of projection? He said, I'm not good at slides and PPT. If you're good, can you help me? That's how I kind of became a volunteer with him, and I usually spend all my weekends with him in his office. That happened for a couple of months, and then one fine day said, I asked her, I'm with you for last 2 3 months, I'm coming and volunteering, helping. You told me you will help me, when will you help me? He said, come sit down. He said, I've been observing you. You're doing great work, you have a lot of passion, you are reading a lot, you have a lot of love to people, for people, but you know what, if you want to be a corporate trainer, you need two very important skills that is lacking in you. Two big gaps you have. Unless you bridge the gap, you can't be a corporate trainer. Number one is English communication. Your English is not up to the mark. You are not fluent. You have a lot of challenges. You're comfortable in Tamil, but you're struggling in English language. You have to learn English properly. Second one, Tamil speaking is a different art and skill, but English on the stage is a different art and skill. You have to learn to speak in English on stage. You have to practice that. Only when you bridge these two gaps and build your skill, I'll be able to put you into some small modules in my program or some colleges I'll send you. So you go work on yourself and come back. I came back and I was searching for avenues to work on myself. I was searching, I couldn't really locate one, but one fine day I saw a Hindu newspaper ad which said there is going to be a 3 month intense summer English language program conducted by British Council in Bangalore. I picked up the phone, called them up. I went in person on a Saturday afternoon. I met them. I said, I want to join the program. They said, this is for school students actually. You're a working professional. This is very basic and intermediate level of English, and it might not be suitable for you. I told them, look, though I'm a professional in a large multinational company, as far as English language is concerned, I am also at school level only. So can you please take me in? I convinced them to take me into the course. I joined the program. So every weekend I used to go to the British Council, 3 hours on Saturday, 3 hours on Sunday. Intense learning from the basic phonetics, diction, pronunciation, language, grammar. So I kind of started learning English language at the age of 25, 26. And someone from there told me there is another important forum called Toastmasters. If you want to learn public speaking, go explore that. Because of that person's guidance, I went and looked at Toastmasters, where I went as a guest into a wonderful club, a legacy club called Bangalore Toastmasters Club in Bangalore. And I joined them. And this two important program completely pivoted me into the world of English language and also into the world of public speaking. So that is my pre-story before coming into the global stage. But then when I quit it, when I came out of the corporate world and started my training organization, I was quite active in Toastmasters by then. I became a DTM, Distinguished Toastmaster. I was doing a lot of talks across in multiple colleges and schools and a lot of NGOs. I was not knowing about this world of professional speaking. That is when I saw a Facebook post by our founder, President Kripa Shankar. He said, I'm going to Singapore in 2018 to attend a professional speakers conference. I asked him, I knew him through some other common forums. I called him up and said, what is this professional speakers? I'm a Toastmaster already. I've never heard professional speakers. He said, it is a forum for people who get paid to go and speak. There is a global organization, there is an association in Singapore, they are doing an annual conference. Do you want to come? And that's how I went along with Kripa Shankar, Praveen Shekhar. Few of us, I think 6 7 of us went to Singapore. I first time I attended a speakers convention. And you will not believe, the opening keynote was by Ron Kaufman, closing keynote was by Brenda Benz, Frederick Herron, all the stalwarts of Singapore Association were there. I was completely bowled over by them in the 2 days. End of the second day, I paid money, became a member of the association. And I said, I want to be part of this group. I love them. I want to be like them in the future. And that is how my entry into the world of professional speaking started, Sandhya. So then
Wow.
slowly started getting into speeches, and then I learned from them. When I came back, when someone said, "Can you come and speak?" I started saying, "You know what? I can come and speak, but I charge for me to come and speak. How much do you charge? No, I don't know how much I charge, but you pay whatever you want to pay me. I don't do it for free. Then slowly it started. Somebody paid me 3,000 rupees, 5,000 rupees, 10,000 rupees initially. And that's how it started. And then slowly we built things up. Somewhere post COVID, right? Post COVID, end of the COVID, someone from Bahrain called me on LinkedIn, and he said, I'm seeing your profile, it's very impressive. We are running a conference here, but it is an online conference. Can you do a talk virtually? I asked, who are you? We are the Bahrain chapter of ICAI, Chartered Accountants of India in Bahrain. They have a very big chapter there. They do an annual conference. They said, we don't really pay, but it'll give an exposure to you. It's an online program, COVID now. I said, okay, what big deal? From my home, I can talk, get an exposure to the global audience. And I agreed. Date was confirmed. 1 month was there. Suddenly, after a week, this man calls me and said, you know what? We have changed our mind. We are doing an in-person conference in Bahrain. Would you mind traveling? I said, I'm locked down in the home for last 2 years. I didn't go anywhere. If I can come to Bahrain as out of lockdown, it will be happy. So I'll love to come. Then quickly they booked me tickets. I did my visa. And that's how I went to Bahrain in somewhere in 21. And that was my first global keynote talk in person in a large conference. Around 400 auditors were there. Huge 2-day event. We had some celebrities coming from India. Ashish Vidyarthi was there as opening keynote speaker. I spoke on the second day. I think that was one big transition from an Indian stage to a global stage. I think it took a little longer, but I thought it made sense.
And it's so inspiring listening to you and your authentic story. And wow, uh, just like how you said, right, the connecting dots part, you were like hopping from one door to the other, one door to the other, and then you were meeting people who were like paving your way forward. And I'm sure after the Bahrain stage, there is no looking back.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, that's awesome. And I'm so inspired by looking at your book titles. I know the first book that I launched recently, I was looking at your books and I'm like, wow. Um, and you published a lot of books in Tamil as well, right? And I've heard you speak on stages in Tamil and English. Recently, I was hearing one of your speeches. I think you were talking about your latest book, The Compass.
Yeah.
And I know that it's so close to your heart because I know how you described the early hours in the morning that you rose up to start writing the book. And I want to hear from you directly, like what inspired you to write that latest book of yours?
I think that credit goes to our PSA association.
Okay.
So we Chennai chapter had a retreat last September or last August.
Hmm.
10 of us from our PSA chapter went to farm. We spent 2 full days doing a deep mastermind, exploring various possibilities in our journey as a professional speaker. And end of the day, everybody had to give 3 commitments that they would do in another 6 months. And I had 3 commitments. One of them is I'll publish a book that is highly relevant to my target segment, which is the corporate managers and leaders. Because I published a book long ago earlier, and my 2 books are in Tamil. One book is very early for students in colleges, become an engineer. Then I had published multiple small little booklets and online PDF booklets. I did not have a solid, proper, well published book that is aimed at my target segment where I really work with. That's when I realized I have to really work on that. And I said I'll do a book on that context. And I came back, and that was their part of my commitment that I gave to my peers. And I also had to do it because I wanted that to be done for myself as well. And I was exploring multiple possibilities of writing something for the corporate leaders. And I had multiple ideas, right? I thought about mindset. I thought about inner game. We do a 1 day workshop called Inner Game of Leadership. I thought of converting that into a book. And I had multiple ideas and thought processes. And that's when someone said, can you come and do a 90-minute keynote talk to our senior leaders? And I said, okay, but what do I come and talk? No, I will leave it to you. You've been working in this market for quite some time. You know our audience profile, you know our company. We don't want to give any topic to you. You decide what will be relevant for this audience and come and talk to us. I was like, come on, if you give me specific problem statement, I can work on the content aligned to that. But this guy's giving me an open challenge. These are my audience. You come and do whatever you want to do, but 90-minute keynote talk. And I was doing a lot of work on that. That's when I realized, can we not go into very specific problem statement in this one organization, one industry, one segment? Instead, can I look at a very larger perspective, create a model or create a framework that will talk about key areas a leader has to focus to build the organization? As usual, I love Stephen Covey, all are great psychological tools. I started with the four quadrant Q1, Q2, Q3. And then as I was working on the keynote somewhere, I thought this quadrant is becoming cliche. Everybody has quadrant, everybody has this acronym expanded, everybody has some circle from Simon Sinek to Stephen Covey, circle of influence control. Somehow I felt a lot of these models are repeated, frameworks are repeated. Can I do something different, unique, that people can touch and feel? Not only see in the diagram, but they should be able to hold it and touch and feel. Then I was wondering, right, four quadrants, how do I make four quadrants? Then suddenly, somewhere, I don't know where, I was watching a movie or I was reading something, somewhere I saw this compass coming up in that. I think I remember my son was watching some documentary on some sailing. Okay, and I was with him, and suddenly they spoke about this, the ship and the compass and the direction, and I realized, wow, this looks so wonderful. Can I use this in my keynote, in my message? I was literally talking about, right, we have a lot of dashboards, a lot of information, but we don't know the direction properly. What we lack is direction. When you have a directional clarity, a lot of things will fall in place. That was my crux of my message. Then I thought, why not use compass as a model and build the keynote around? I decided I'll do it. I went to the local stationery shop. I bought three, four compasses of different size, brought to my table, kept those compasses in front of me. I started thinking, how do I make this compass into a model or a framework? That is when I brought this compass. Now, the compass, the leader's compass, has four important key anchors for a leader, and also the central hub on the needle is called personal mastery. That was not there initially earlier in my initial thought process. I only had four quadrants. When compass came in, I got four directions. I got a central anchor. I decided what can be central anchor. That could be individual. My mindset came there again. So mindset and personal mastery came. And when I sat down, put things together, and when I made a presentation to my client's team, I got phenomenal feedback. Everybody, in fact, I carried the compass with me on the stage. I showed the compass and I did my keynote talk as a property. Everybody could connect with it. Everybody could come and take and touch and see the compass and feel the compass. And that's when I thought, yeah, I should design my book also aligned with this keynote that I delivered. And it's kind of, I was thinking on the book also parallelly. The keynote happened, then somehow the whole thought process aligned, and this keynote itself became a book title, and then the whole book happened there, Sandhya.
That's so awesome. And
Now is the beauty now is this book will be a keynote. It's a book also. From this book, we are also kind of building quite a number of interventions in the corporate world. Key
sounds
compass based consulting, compass based training programs. We're doing we are just exploring multiple possibilities there.
wow, that's brilliant. And I could get two or three main takeaways from this, apart from the brilliant book idea. I absolutely loved it. One, next time a mastermind is happening, I'm coming.
Yes, it's going to be phenomenal.
And then the second one is Shiva also gets inspired by Junior Siva. So next time I want to meet so that I get new inspiration.
His name is Akim.
And then the third is The trailblazer has found the compass
Yeah,
to help navigate into the future.
future,
That's
very true.
that's
Very
so
true.
awesome. That's it. Thank you for
You
sharing.
know, in the retreat, the one happy information is I was anchoring the retreat along with Krupa Shankar, and the happy moment when unfortunately I was not there for the 2 full day speakers convention this year, but every single person who attended the retreat has published a book. That's a phenomenal accomplishment. I think you come to retreat, you will definitely accomplish one of your major goal in professional journey.
Yes, I so look forward for that. So that actually leads into my next question. Um, I know you are slowly but steadily been building your journey and you're looking into the future. I would really like to hear from you about what exactly are you looking forward as you build your legacy.
See, I have a couple of role models I admire a lot. This book, Leaders Compass, has acknowledged two of them in my acknowledgement page. One is a very big inspiration for me from my own town, a globally known personality called Coimbatore Krishna Prahlad, CK Prahlad. CK Prahlad is a very famous management thinker, leadership consultant who's no more now. His book, Fortune at the Bottom of the Pyramid, inspired thousands of business owners across the world to create products at multiple levels to maximize profit, to impact society. And he is someone who's heavily influenced corporate leaders, corporate thinkers. He's one of my big role model. Second big role model, whose living role model is Dr. Ramcharan. Dr. Ramcharan lives, they normally say he lives in a suitcase.
Oh,
He travels all the time, right? Every day he is in different city, different parts of the world. He's someone, sometimes he said, I travel 300 days out of 360 days. The days I don't travel is Sundays or extremely on Christmas or some other holidays. Otherwise, I'm on travel every day. I meet people, I meet founders, I meet CEOs, I work with them, consult with them, and these two are my big role models. So my big aspiration going forward, which I'm slowly building in a steady manner, is I really want to be a global consultant for multinational Fortune 500 companies as a leadership, as an enterprise development consultant. I would love to work with leaders, work with CEOs, help them navigate their journey as a leader. So the whole leaders compass is positioned around it. If you look at my title, also I say leadership navigation expert. So my idea is using the compass model, how can I help leaders navigate their journey as a senior leader in reaching their milestones, building the organization, growing the business. And that is what I am consciously working on as of now, Sandhya.
it's so awesome. I mean, imagine all the things that you have accomplished so far, and it's just one thing, and then now you're so consciously being so mindful and then building one step and one step and one step. So I wish you all the very best, and I'm looking forward for all the success stories that are going to come out. Before we close, I have a surprise round. I know I didn't mention about anything like that.
Okay, what is that?
Uh,
Let's see.
so very quickly, like just three couple of minutes, I just want to know a little bit more about you in a fun way. Coffee or masala chai?
Coffee all the time. I'm a coffee lover.
I know you're from Tamil Nadu, so I have to ask either of the two. Mountains or beach?
Oh my God, very difficult. No, I love both, but given a choice, priority one is mountain, second is beach.
Okay. And you said that staying next to the Bay of Bengal.
Yeah.
Uh, Preparation or spontaneity? Which one do you enjoy?
Okay. I prepare a lot, but I deliver on spot.
Hmm,
So I believe to be spontaneous, you have to do a lot of preparation.
absolutely.
I think that's important.
Right. So, if not a speaker or an author, what do you think you would have done? And not an engineer. The engineering part is done long time ago. So, what do you think you would have done if you hadn't become a speaker or an author?
I would say I teaching is my passion. Okay, that's what I think I'm born for. If not, I would have been a teacher in some school somewhere in remote Tamil Nadu, teaching children maybe some geography or some Tamil literature.
Okay, right. One passion outside leadership.
One passion outside leadership is uh, I off late, not off late, I've been very conscious about fitness and health, but post COVID, I completely lost on that. I had severe lung infection. I couldn't run, I couldn't walk. I completely lost. I put on a lot of weight. Now I'm getting back to that, and that one big passion is fitness and health.
That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that. So I know it's been such an amazing conversation, and I know 40 minutes is not doing justice anywhere close. Keep listening to your amazing stories nonstop. I'm definitely going to make up. Like I said, I'm going to invite you again for another session. But before we close, I would like to hear your suggestion or advice to someone who is afraid to step on any stage.
Okay, very good question. One fundamental reason why people are afraid to step on a stage is they have this question lingering in their mind that starts with what if I fail, what if I make a mistake, what if I goof up, what if I forget what I want to say, what if everybody is judging me, evaluating me. So this what if question uh, hangs around and really pulls people down, and that is one big reason why people don't want to go up on the stage. The real fear is not fear of speaking. The real fear is fear of being judged, fear of being noticed by everybody, fear of being evaluated, fear of being failed, fear of being making mistake on stage. Those are the fears that accumulate, and then we call it fear of public speaking, right? So one very powerful mental switch that you have to turn around is change this what if question. Whenever you have this what if question coming in your mind, very simply just take a breath, listen to this what if question, and replace the what if question with a statement starting so what. It's a very powerful mental switch, Sandhya. Uh, I teach this in our public speaking programs for leaders. We do a small fun and game also around it. A simple switch is whenever what if comes into your mind, just ask, so what? They are only my colleagues, they are only my friends, they come to listen to some thought process. Even if I fail, so what? I'll go back and rebounce and come back. Nobody's perfect, right? So have the switch whenever what if comes in, make a mental switch and rephrase it into so what statement. I think that will give you confidence to go on the stage, number one. Number two, when I was struggling to go on the stage, somewhere I learned this very phenomenal phrase that helped me a lot. It said, every great speaker on the stage today was a novice once in their life. Today they are great speakers because over the years they learned, they practiced, they got a lot of experience, they got a lot of stage time, they are there where they are. But even a great speaker, great singer, great performer were starting somewhere in their journey, right? Somewhere they are beginners. So if nobody has come to this level in one magic stroke or one overnight. So when I understood that, I started telling it is okay to make mistakes. It is okay to fail. It is okay to forget lines. Perfectly fine. Start doing it, and then over the period of practice, you will become a confident speaker.
So amazingly put, and I can't agree with you more. So thank you so much, Shiva, for that. I know we are running out of time, so whether I like it or not, I have to bring this to a close for today. So, just want to conclude by saying thank you so very much for being on the show, for inspiring so many people. And I hope this short session also will carry so many lessons of inspiration for a lot many people. So, what stands out is not just your success, but I can see the discipline, the confidence, the struggle that you have brilliantly overcome throughout this journey. And that itself is calling you as a trailblazer. Thank you for reminding us that leadership is, yeah, and I want to thank you so very much that you have reminded us that leadership is not just about titles, but it's about the unique journey that you build, the unique path that you pave for others to follow to get inspired. And you're beautifully portrayed about mindset, about execution, about the self discipline, the personal mastery, the center of the compass,
Yeah.
and so many nuggets that you have, just started sharing with us. It's amazing to listen to you. I'm sure everyone listening today is walking away.
I want to share a few things before we
Sure,
leave. I
sure.
really want to thank you so very much for having me in this podcast. And I'll tell you something, right? You have this very powerful, deep, soothing voice that brings the best in people. I love the way you're asking questions. I love your voice. It really attracts people. I think this podcast must reach a lot of people. A lot of wisdom you're bringing out in people, Sandhya. You're doing a phenomenal job and wish you
Thank
all the
you.
very, very, very best and happy and proud of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And I still remember the inspiration moment that I had. I think I was telling you earlier. I
Mm-hmm.
was standing at PSS Mumbai 2025. That was my first PSS, and I was literally a newbie. I had no idea. I had, I mean, no friends at all except for one or two people that I knew. And I was standing there in a tea break session, and then I saw you from distance, and I was like, I heard about you, and you're the CSP and all of that. And you started walking slowly towards me, and I was like looking around, oh, maybe he's walking towards someone else. And then you said, "Hi, I'm Shiva." And then you gave me your hand, and I'm like, "Hi, Shiva, sir. I'm Sandhya." And I'm like, so in shock.
Oh my
And then
God.
I'm like, oh my God.
I forgot that.
No, I was like so humble and then so sweet of you. And of course, we met on virtual occasions and recently at PSS Chennai as well. But it's so nice of you. And I always find you as the most humble person that I can imagine. And that itself inspires a lot of people. I mean, it doesn't matter how many
Yeah.
accolades you get in life, but you're so grounded, and that is what I admire about you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right. So thank you so much for being here. And thank you so much to the audience who will be watching this podcast that is going to be out soon. Thank you all for your support to the community. And I wish you all the very best. Thank you so much, Shiva. Thank you so much for
Thank you so
being here.
much. Bye bye.
Thank you so much.